afternoon, everyone, and happy Thursday. You have Alyssa Corum here. I am joined by Ken Shreve. On today's show, we're going to look at the action for the major indexes. It was a strong day across the board and some strength into the close there, Ken. We're also going to take a look at three growth stocks that presented actionable buying opportunities today. Fill us in.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a lot of extended stocks out there. A lot of stocks have been running higher in recent weeks, but three look good today. Lululemon broke out over a buy point, so we'll take a look at that retailer. DraftKings followed through after Wednesday's breakout, and finally we'll take a look at Exact Sciences, EXAS, which looks like a setup day to me.
All right, great. Well, let's take a look at the major indexes. Here's a chart of the Nasdaq. More new highs today. The tech-heavy index gaining over 0.8% for the session. The S&P 500 up 0.6% for the day, while the Dow was up about 0.5%. So we are just continuing to climb here, Ken. I'm getting all these flashbacks from earlier in the year, late spring, and throughout the summer. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, you look at a chart of the Nasdaq, and it doesn't look crazy extended from its 10-day moving average or even its 21-day line. So obviously, there's a lot of optimism built in that a stimulus package is going to be passed on Capitol Hill really any day now. The question is the market going to sell that news, or is it going to even move higher? So market's pricing in a lot of good news. It's obviously optimistic that the coronavirus vaccine from Pfizer, and one that's likely going to be approved by Moderna, is going to do what it's supposed to do and start containing this virus. But so a lot of good news priced into the market here, and we just have to hope it all plays out.
That's right. Good flashbacks, by the way. I mean, we had that power trend, which is similar to what we're seeing now. A nice reversal off of the 21-day line, but we'll have to see what those news headlines bring in terms of market reaction in the next couple of weeks as we wrap up the year. But let's check in on a couple of growth stocks looking good. Lululemon among them. Ken, you put this on our radar early this morning on IBD Live. Lululemon ending up gaining about 6% for the day. Heavy volume, really extending its gains throughout the session, first clearing a trend line and then breaking out of that proper entry.
Yeah, I mean, this one just got stronger as the day wore on, and I saw Calvin McDonald was actually on Jim Cramer's Mad Money show last night. It was a great interview, and still like what's going on at Lululemon. Just recently, the stock came down to its 50-day moving average when it reported earnings, so it was sort of a negative reaction to earnings, even though earnings were up 21% year over year. Revenue was up 22%, so it was a nice turnaround quarter for Lululemon. Remember that this company did acquire Mirror, the at-home fitness app, for $500 million. And Bank of America came out with a note earlier this year, just after the acquisition was announced, that this acquisition could actually result in $700 million in total revenue and 600,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. So this is going to be a growth driver at some point. Lulu is pretty quiet right now, but this is going to be a big part of their revenue, I think, in coming years.
Yeah, but an actionable opportunity, no doubt, today, clearing this 383.64 buy point. So in that proper buy range there. And yeah, I mean, we have Peloton, which we've known how big of a year that stock has had. So Lululemon also looking to ride that wave of the at-home fitness trend. And elsewhere, DraftKings, DKNG, also having a nice day, following up after a strong day in Wednesday's session. The stock tacking on a gain of 2.6%. What do you make of the move here, Ken? Another cup with handle that has been formed by an interesting stock.
Yeah, I like Lululemon's breakout a little better than DraftKings, although DraftKings it did follow through nicely today. It actually topped the buy point yesterday during Wednesday's session. So the story here, I know Loop Capital came out earlier today and said there's a better than 70% chance that gambling is going to be made legal in New York, which would be a big boon to DraftKings, obviously. And as more states make gambling legal, companies like DraftKings are sure to benefit. So you can see it's not profitable yet, but in their latest quarter, revenue was up 98% year over year to 132.8 million. So really look at this stock as one of the leaders in fantasy sports gaming, and this is a nice breakout. It does, as you noted, has a relative strength line that's lagging a little bit, but then again, the stock has been basing while a lot of stocks have been flying higher.
Mhm.
So I think this one still has a chance, and good to see follow through today after yesterday's initial breakout.
Yeah, and the bit of silver lining here is that while off of all-time highs, the relative strength line is poking above the high of the handle.
Hmm.
So that is good to see there, noting recent outperformance. And let's also check in on IBD stock of the day today, Exact Sciences, ticker EXAS, which gained almost 8% today, Ken. Yet another cup with handle here. And even though Exact Sciences isn't quite above that proper entry, just under that 140 level, it too cleared one of those downward sloping trend lines, which also coincided with the bounce off the 21 day. So a lot of great technical action here.
Yeah, and this is what we would call a classic setup day. So we look at the price action today and think that there's a better than 50% chance that this stock's probably going to try to break out tomorrow. We'll see what futures look like and how the overall market health looks like Friday morning. But this is a classic setup day, raises the likelihood for a breakout over this pivot point. So Exact Science is basically a molecular diagnostics company. They basically focus on the early detection of cancer. You can see just huge revenue growth in recent quarters. We like to see that. So this is a very interesting company. Again, not profitable, but you do have that revenue growth that eventually is going to result in profitability. And so I like the look of Exact Sciences here. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow morning when the market opens.
Yeah, and a lot of times when we see these big moves on earnings like we did with Exact Sciences, which gained 23% on its late October report, we like those stocks to hold those gains. And while Exact did come down, it really was able to hold right around the low of that move on earnings as it formed a new base. Really respected the 21-day line for the bulk of this base building process. So I like the look of this setup day as well, Ken. We'll have to see if it can follow up tomorrow. We'll definitely keep everyone informed across our IBD content as well as IBD Live. Of course, it's our daily morning live stream. Our experts are talking about actionable stocks. A lot of great educational tidbits thrown in throughout the show as well, portfolio management strategies, and of course, putting everything into perspective in the context of how the overall market is performing. Ken, it's been a pretty interesting week, I'd say.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I know Exact Sciences was mentioned on IBD Live as well this morning, on top of Lululemon. Of the three stocks that we mentioned today, DraftKings is the only one on leaderboard, but the leaderboard model portfolio I think has 24 stocks, which is definitely at the high end of what we've had in the past. I mean, this product has been out for 8+ years, so 24 stocks is on the high side. But when the market is presenting bullish technical setups, you got to listen to the market
Mhm.
and buy when the market tells you to buy.
That's right. That's very telling. Thanks so much for providing that context there, Ken. Really appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.